If you've ever wanted to see human dolphin fetus Charlie Kirk learn what a glory hole is in real time, well, now's your chance. Roll it.
Matt Walsh tweeted something interesting. What is that?
Matt Walsh has tweeted that that Daily Wire obtained internal documents from Fox News employees that Fox Corp is celebrating Pride Month by encouraging employees to read about, quote, glory holes, supporting a group that gives sterilization hormones to homeless youth, and deployed woke AI to monitor everyone.
What is a glory hole?
I want to see if there's an actual definition here.
Is this something that is considered to be commonplace knowledge?
I think there was
circles.
I think there was a certain senator from Idaho.
It is a type of sexual paraphernalia, I guess you could say.
Wait, hold on. No, I don't want those websites.
I think there was something of paraphernalia.
I think there was a certain senator from Idaho.
It's a whole
cookies.
Google knows about this forever. Your ads are going to be like that for the rest of time now.
Disgusting.
Wait, Charlie, how did that come right up for you like that?
I typed it in.
Hey, Charlie, how come that just popped right up for you there, Chuck? And if you're like, ooh, that's terrible, I don't know what that is. Weird, because when I was in his studio debating him, the bathrooms were full of glory holes. That's not true, but I wish it was.
So look, that was hilarious on couple of fronts. First of all, he's like, what is a glory hole? I have never heard of one. Oh, I will Google it. Oh, there it is. Oh, I read it really quick. And oh my God, I am just shell-shocked by it. Okay, like it just makes me fall to my knees and wonder what the hell's going on. Okay, and I have a fun theory about this. The reason he did it on air is because if they ever find out the URLs he's been going to,
right?
He's like, oh yeah, that one time you remember on air when I Googled the glory hole? That's why it came up on my computer. Because by the way, that's literally happened to several conservatives, where Alex Jones put up his phone and there was transgender porn on it. And he's like, no, it pops up on everybody's phone.
That's crazy. So I guess that would be great. Like if I Googled MILF porn right now,
yeah,
that would be a great excuse for that. Excellent. They certainly.
So whenever it comes up, it was just because Ben just did it right now. That's why.
And now it's a tax write-off is the great point about it. They certainly were not subsidizing glory holes for their employees, even though that is what Charlie thought was said. Even though it did just make, even if they did have glory holes subsidized at Fox News, it would make people working there chill out a little bit for once. But what was Fox really doing before it entered into the hate-spreading game of telephone that the right-wing media instinctively does, devolving any dialogue into just separating the country into further bifurcated talking points? Let's dive deeper into the tweet thread from hateful, misleading idiot Matt Walsh. He tweeted, breaking, other than one you read, we already heard in the clip, breaking, we've obtained internal docs from Fox News. We already have it there. Fox Corp is celebrating Pride by encouraging employees to read about glory holes, supporting a group that gives sterilizing hormones to homeless youth, and deployed woke AI to monitor everyone. Explicit content. The next tweet in the thread, the documents we're about to show you were produced by Fox Corp, which is the parent company of Fox News. These materials are presented to Fox News employees when they log into their employee portal. Let's start at the top. So right off the bat, let me just comment that, oh, there's some inclusive things when you log on to the employee portal, because we all know as at our jobs, when we log on to the employee portal, we diligently read all of the warnings and things that our bosses want us to read. Scroll next, scroll continue. That's what everybody does, but this is a big urgent problem over there at Fox News. And so let's look at the front page that people would stumble on when they logged on to the portal. You see this image right here. Proud of progress, the iconic rainbow pride flag, and support one another. Here are some organizations you can support. How dare they? Granted, some of these organizations do seem to have some issues with things that they are posting, but no one's looking at it. People are just clicking right through it. Look at the next page that the employee portal had. Celebrate Pride Month on Slack and Zoom by using different Zoom backgrounds. On the bottom, the Fox Inclusion team continues to develop in-person virtual programming in its efforts to cultivate an inclusive digital workplace. How dare they do it? Obviously, Fox is just doing this so that they can say they did this. It doesn't affect the people at Fox whatsoever on Fox News. Their rhetoric, their hostility towards the LGBTQ community, none of that whatsoever. And here's the part about the glory holes that was just so shocking to the innocent brain of the devilish Charlie Kirk. You can see this one here. Matt says on part 7, let's scroll down a bit more on the Fox employee portal. Employees are also encouraged to expand their perspective. Oh my God, expand your perspective.
No, I didn't know it was that bad.
By reading books by trans activists, including a memoir titled Fairest about a precocious boy who would grow up to become a woman. Look, we all know if you read a book about a thing, you become that thing. When I read who's the Peter Pan, I became a pirate swashbuckling boy with a little fairy floating friend with pixie dust. It happened to every child.
You got to be a little bit more careful with what you read because of that phenomenon.
True.
It's a well-known phenomenon.
It's true.
I read Moby B.
Moby B.
I read Moby Dick, and you should see what happened.
I read Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I spent the next 3 years just banging into the end of my closet. I have severe shoulder problems to this day. Not ideal. Here is also part of the employee portal that Fox offered their employees. Expand your perspective. How dare they suggest it? By maybe reading a book, watching a TED Talk, or listening to a podcast like Query with my friend, comedian Cameron Esposito. Very lovely human being, just texted me to check in on me the other day. How dare you listen to her podcast? It might indoctrinate you into being kinder. Oh, my goodness. And then he continues the following book. The book contains information that's obviously important for Fox employees as they go about their duties at work. For example, an early scene explains what a glory hole is. I'm sorry, but what's a glory hole? I asked in the excerpt of the book. The chuckles in the room aimed themselves at me. Gavin leaned forward so I could see him. In the half second before he spoke, I noticed that he was beautiful. Quote, a glory hole is an opening drilled into the side of a restroom stall. He said like he was reading out of a dictionary. You slide your blank through it and someone on the other side gives you head. And let me just make this clear. If hearing that passage is going to groom someone and make them gay, if hearing about a glory hole, learning what that concept is, makes you then want to go and participate in glory holes, we all know exactly what Charlie Kirk is up to right now. He just learned about it on air. He must be in a truck stop bathroom right now. There's no way to stop himself. He's been groomed and indoctrinated by his own show, bringing that up on the air. Good for you. I feel bad and or terrible for you, depending how you enjoy the experience.
So Ben's kidding, but it's a great point.
Now, yeah, I'm almost not.
Right, but because according to their logic, like just the fact that that book exists, that someone else had that experience, that a trans person, by the way, in the book, they don't even do it. They just explain what it is, right? Like that someone else could look it up like Charlie Kirk looked it up. Like Charlie Kirk did the almost the exact same thing as happened in the book. Because in the book, they didn't actually do it. They just said what it was. Same thing that Charlie Kirk just did, right?
And it's not for children, right? It's for employees of Fox. So yeah, Charlie Kirk should be, he's an adult too, and you just heard this. Obviously, he's in a life now of trans-based sexual activity.
Yeah, so.
He's stuck.
You'd have to be nuts to think the minute you read that,
the hole's closing in on it.
Hole. Right? Like, it's not a black hole, it's a glory hole. It doesn't swallow you up the minute you read it.
I mean,
well, we're not all like, it's
depends
mental,
on how hungry
guys.
the guy on the other side is. You know?
Yeah. Okay, so listen, under their logic, if you're, look, have you ever read the Bible? The Bible is one of the most violent sexual books there is, right? In fact, a municipality in Utah just banned it from elementary school because they passed one of these laws, and then people were like, "Did you ever read the Bible?" And then they read it, they're like, "Oh!" They had to take it off the shelves, right? In one part of the Bible, God tells the Israelites, "Oh, go tell the other guys they can sleep with your daughters, but first they have to get circumcised." So they'll cut their foreskin, and once they cut their foreskin, they'll be really hurt. Go kill all of them, and then take their women. But this is the God we worship, by the way. Okay, but anyway, it's in the Bible. So if you read the Bible, does that mean you're going to go and try to encourage other people to cut their foreskin so you can kill them? I mean, this is their logic.
That's what I did do for a period of years after I studied the Bible in Sunday school growing up. I did have a few years where I went across the countryside lancing off foreskins and selling them as rings. And then also there was a calamari business I started on the side. So it does happen, Cenk, more than you realize.
Was that you, the foreskin that'll unite them all?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay, yeah, Lord of the Foreskins.
Potato skins and foreskins. We had a special bucket deal.
Okay.
It was pretty incredible. And then here's the part that also always blows my mind about these right-wingers that just don't understand the idea of being inclusive as a value. He then tweets his 23rd part of his angry tweet about the possibility of inclusion. Do the executives and owners just not know what's happening at their company? Are they trying to comply with some onerous New York state law? Do they not care? Do they actually support this nonsense? The next tweet, or maybe Fox leadership isn't concerned with how the audience feels because they're not really beholden to those viewers at all. Like YouTube, some of Fox's largest shareholders are enormous institutional investors like BlackRock and Vanguard Group. This consistently comes up in these stories where they say it's exactly what the whole scandal during the Dominion lawsuit was, where it came up that despite what we might believe morally, what we might know is true or right, our audience wants a certain thing, so shouldn't we just give them what they want? Our audience is hateful and racist and bigoted and homophobic, so do we not care what they want? Shouldn't we just give them the homophobia, even though it's not like the right thing to do and we should be evolved people, but the numbers or the money coming in, so we should probably just continue spreading hate because it's what the audience has been trained to want. I mean, by us as a side note, but let's keep giving it to them.
Yeah, and last thing, guys, so it's easy to kid around about this because it's so over the top and so ridiculous and they're so stupid. But it's serious. Why? Look at it. They started with, oh, we worry about the kids, right? By the way, whenever gay people have been attacked throughout history, it always starts with, oh, we're worried about the kids. In reality, there's far more straight pedophiles, but straight people never come up in these conversations.
So how come they don't at least say Catholic Church in the same sentence as these groomers that mention the possibility of two dads?
Why isn't Matt Walsh attacking the Catholic Church and Boy Scouts 24/7, 24/7? I mean, those are the guys that had hundreds, thousands of cases, right? And no, now they're attacking, they even forgot about the kids. This is just an attack on Pride Month, which is just saying, hey, it's okay to be gay and any part of the LGBTQ community, and we accept you and you should have equal rights because that's kind of what the country's founded on. And he's doing like a 38-part tweet on, no, does Fox News know? Does their audience know that not every executive at Fox News hates gay people and thinks they should not have the same rights? Like these are like verifiable monsters. I'm not having a conversation with Matt Walsh, having a debate, and he's a total liar. Joe Rogan, who does like puffball interviews, even he was like, really? Are those numbers right? And then they Googled it for a second.
Maybe the numbers aren't right, but
Matt Walsh like, I want to suck up to you, Joe Rogan. I don't know if there's any holes around here, but anyway, so I'm not going to challenge you too much. But yeah, I'm a goddamn lawyer. Of course, that number's not right. I just made it up.
Remember when Elon Musk smoked that bong? What if the bong was your penis anyway? Matt Walsh here, and I wanted to just quickly say,
I read a book from Fox News. It's not my fault.
And at least this is just contained in Charlie Kirk's, circles. Oh no. Matt Walsh tweeted this on Twitter, and then of course the owner of the platform that's supposed to be inclusive for everybody had to reply to this chain because he seems to only follow far right accounts, tweeted with 2 exclamation points, like, whoa, wow, I can't believe they're doing all this inclusion stuff. Just go fight Zuckerberg and get your butt kicked.
Yeah,
and by butt I mean ass.
And Republicans, just admit it, you're the party of hate. Don't pretend otherwise. Well, no, we hate gay people, we hate trans people, and no one should ever include them in anything, and they should not have the same rights as us. What do you mean party of hate? What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. Stop lying. You hate people, and that's what your party's based on. Facts.
They fight for marginalized groups in this country. That marginalized group is always just Donald Trump. There's a 2-tier justice system in this country. It's Trump and everyone else. And they keep treating Trump like he's some lower class citizen.
Yeah, I mean, they're not even letting him break the law anymore. Can you believe this?
It's a shame.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.